Hey, my friends. Y'all, next season is literally just around the corner. And if your enrollment numbers aren't making you just leap with joy, then now is the time to really make some tweaks and honestly get to work. In this week's episode, I'm going to be really just peeling back the curtain and sharing with you really the top three ways to increase your enrollment this season and also make sure that your lead generation machine is working hard for you. If you're joining me, say hello. I always want to know who is with me when I come on live every single Wednesday. And if you've stumbled upon this somehow, I'm Erin Bird and I support dance studio owners and educators to really grow their businesses by creating their own unique vision of success, number one, without burnout, overwhelm, or sacrificing your personal life, really creating the business of your dreams. And so, my friends, if you're joining me, say hello. And if you're coming back in on the replay, we want to know that as well. So say hello, howdy, let's have a conversation. And I want to know, how are you feeling about enrollment right now for the fall? I've had many conversations this last week or so, and I'm hearing so many stories. I'm hearing things from studio owners that their enrollment is just for the fall is just not where they want it to be. And so they're a little nervous about going into the fall and want to know what is going on and how do I fix it. So it prompted me to say that's what we need to talk about this week on this episode. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I will tell you, if you'd like just like fast track, if you want to fast track your enrollment, drop the word machine below and we can set up a free success strategy session where we can kind of go through what's going on specifically with you, your studio, maybe your strategy, and see what needs to happen to get you to exactly where you want to be. So, are we ready to dive in? I am ready to dive in today because, y'all, today is a travel day. So, let's get this party started. So, lead generation machine. We need leads. We need them. We need opportunities, new opportunities coming at us at all the time. Like we should always have leads coming in, no matter what time of year it is, no matter if, class is already 2 months in, it doesn't matter. We should always be working diligently to collect leads. So, how do we do this? How do we get our lead generation machine? How do we get it working for us? And what are these three ways that we can use to increase our enrollment this year? So let's go ahead and dive in real quick and get this party started. So, the first thing that you need to do to make sure that you are increasing your enrollment is number one, you need to create a visibility plan. Now, a visibility plan is actually different from a marketing plan, my friends. Visibility is how are we going to get you visible in your community? If you've been around a while, you know I say you can never, ever, ever, never, ever, 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 ever. You will never be known as the go-to studio in your community if your community does not know you exist. And they will know you exist through a strong visibility plan. Through a strong visibility plan. So your visibility plan has to be in collaboration with, in partnership with your marketing plan, but they do go hand in hand, but they are two different things, my friends. And so if you do not currently have a visibility plan, then that is something that we should talk about during your studio success strategy session. Why do we need it? We need it because people nowadays are so easily distracted. They are so distracted, right? In right now, because of um, technology and where we're at as a society, people are scrolling like a mile a minute, right? Very easily distracted. We need visibility plans. So there are what I call lots of love taps. Like we're tapping them everywhere. And it's like they can't really get away from us, and they're taking it in every single time. And so when they are ready and the opportunity presents itself, I already know who they are, right? Because we had a strong visibility plan where we are giving so many little taps to them all the time. So we are top of mind. A visibility plan is, y'all, key to unlocking the doors to not only just new enrollment, new students coming in, but to new opportunities inside of your community. It is a powerful, powerful tool for you to leverage and maximize. Let me tell you, I have clients that I've worked with who came to me, didn't really know about the visibility plan. We created a custom visibility plan for them. They rolled it out. They followed the strategies and the systems. We made small tweaks along the way to make sure it was working for them. And my goodness, not only just the enrollment, but the opportunities that have come, contracts that have come with the city, with the public school systems, things that have happened for them because they created and rolled out a visibility plan have been absolutely amazing. So my friends, let me know, do you currently have a visibility plan in place for your studio? Let me know. I always want to know. So my friends, I definitely want to have a visibility plan. Now, this next one that I'm going to talk about, I know there's lots of strong opinions about. But when done correctly, right, there is strategy behind all this. Now, I want to remind you all that when we're going about our enrollment, you might hear about things that, oh my gosh, this worked for me over here. Oh, this worked for me over here. And you feel like, oh, I tried that too, and it just didn't work for me. Remember, there's a difference between tactics and strategy, right? There's marketing tactics, which do work when there's strategy behind them. So please remember that. If you just see something and you're like, I'm going to try that too, it's like throwing not even wet spaghetti, dry spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. You typically are not going to get a return on it because you probably didn't have the strategy behind that tactic for it to work for that other person, right? So I know that this next one, y'all, it's controversial, but I'm going to just get at it. So trial weeks work. Again, when there is a proper rollout strategy for it, when you think about all of the pieces, when you create a system that works for you, oh my gosh, y'all. Again, when we roll out trial systems for my clients, because I've had people again come to me, Erin, trials don't work. Free trials don't work. And I'm not here to tell you free versus paid. That's a conversation for another day, right? That's a whole nother conversation. But I have people that come to me and say, oh my gosh, the trials, I just can't get people in for trials. So trials don't work. Your system is probably broken somewhere, because trial weeks, when done properly, y'all, they work. We have clients who have added 50, 80, 100 new students through their trial week. Y'all, I know it might be like, okay, yeah, sure, it worked for them. They live in some, huge area. Y'all, this is from people who live in, the suburbs, live in rural communities, live in, it doesn't matter what your community looks like, a trial week can work for you when you do it properly. Okay, so I'm going to give you all a little hot tip right now. If you have not scheduled a trial week for the beginning of your season, look at your calendar right now and get it on the books. Get it on the books. While yes, we can do open-ended trials and whenever people want to come in, that's great, but it doesn't give people a limiter. People need to feel compelled to take action. So if they think trial week is this week, they will take action. If it's like, oh, come in for a trial whenever you want. They're like, oh, I'll get to it when I get to it. Because the offer is always there. Now, I'm not saying we don't let somebody, do them a favor and let them come in. But we need to do an actual physical, like a trial week, y'all. A trial week. So trial weeks work. They really do. So get one on the calendar. Like, look at your calendar, plan it out right at the beginning of your season. Get it working for you right now. Because, y'all, you should start like right now in this moment. If you start in beginning of September, these are things that we should be promoting right now. Okay? So, trial weeks. Who's doing one? Who's got it on the calendar? Let me know. I don't know if my comments are lagging a little bit today, but know that I will come back and continue the conversation with you. Don't stop commenting. It's just not showing it to me right now. So let me know. Okay, that's number 2. And the third thing, y'all. Okay, I'm going to go back. The first thing that you need to do if you want to increase your enrollment this year is you need to create a visibility plan and you need to work the plan. Y'all need to work it. Work it. Let me work. Okay, y'all, I'm getting ready. You need to work your visibility plan. Okay? You need to schedule right now a trial week. Get it on your calendar so you can start promoting it ASAP. ASAP. Get that thing. Promote it. Okay? I want to say something. With any of these sort of things, I want to remind everyone. Our office is by our airport. And so I get to see, and our Air Force Base. Sorry, like my brain clearly, for whatever reason, not clicking this morning. More coffee, please. Okay, sorry. So here's what, and look at what I did to myself. Y'all, what is happening? I look beautiful this morning. Okay. Anyway, sorry, y'all. Okay. Our office is now by the airport. And it reminds me of something with studio owners. So many times we think we're helicopters. What do I mean by that? We think, oh, we're gonna do an event. We're gonna do an open house or a registration day or a trial week or whatever. And we don't give ourselves, we think that we're just gonna say we're gonna do it and we're gonna take off and it's gonna be successful with no runway. We could just lift up and go. My friends, we are not helicopters. When it comes to doing trial week, when it comes to having a registration day or an open house or any sort of thing like event, you are an airplane. You need runway to take off and to soar, right? And so this is one of the biggest killers of your success, is not giving yourself a proper runway when it comes to enrollment. That, y'all, I'm going to say that's hashtag nugget right there. Your enrollment success is dictated on your runway. Your success is dictated on the runway length, on your time frame to plan, implement the strategy, work the strategies. But if you're like, oh my gosh, just, I'm so busy, life got in my way, and oh, I better promote the trial week, it's next week. And then you're like, Erin, trials don't work. I only got 3 trials signed up. You're not a helicopter. You need a runway for these tactics to stick. Let me know. Is everybody in their runway right now for fall? What are we actively doing right now? What is in our plan? Not a hope and a prayer that your enrollment numbers are going to be where you want them to be. And I cannot do the top 3 ways to increase your enrollment this year without bringing up the fact that you should be adding classes outside of your studio walls, right? If you do not have a mobile program, y'all, I'm not saying you need to be like us and be crazy and serve 8,900 students in our mobile outreach programs. That's not what I'm saying. But there is so much power in a mobile program, whether you decide to go to preschools and daycares, whether you want to go to after school programs, maybe you want to go in and you want to serve the 55 and over community because you just love them and you know that they are a part of your community that is underserved, right? And you know all the amazing benefits of continuing dance. Like maybe that's what you want to do. Maybe you want to partner with the YMCA or the Boys and Girls Clubs, or adding classes outside of your studio can be the quickest path to cash and enrollment. And you are able then to move students from your mobile program into your studio space. But my friends, I have clients who've come on and within the first 90 days, they've added 50 new mobile preschool students. Within 90 days, 50, 100. It can be done. And once you get into it, you're like, oh, that wasn't as hard as I thought because now I have the strategy. Now I have the resources and the support to make it happen. But getting outside the 4 walls of your studio can be the easiest way for you to increase your enrollment without increasing the size of your studio space, without adding on another teacher inside your studio, or having to add on all that. Going literally, my friends, you can add so much not only to your bottom line but to your studio by getting outside the 4 walls of your studio. So you know me, I cannot not talk about this. And I think that so many times, we say, oh my gosh, we're so busy with the studio as it is. How could I possibly add another thing? And mobile programs don't have to eat up a lot of your time. Really don't. They are, in my opinion, so much easier than studio classes, than all the things that you have to do in your studio. Let me tell you, for us, I just feel like it's way more chill. No drama llama parents typically, right? Very, very few. You hardly ever see parents. But anyway, I can go into all the pros as to why mobile programs are amazing. But literally, my friends, if you think about it and you're like, I would just like to, maybe I just want to add classes for my mobile program. Amazing, right? Maybe you end up adding 30 new students like that one morning a week, going to maybe a couple preschools or daycares or a Montessori that's close to your studio space, which would be a good feeder into your studio. But like, what would 30 additional students do for you? What would it do for you? Now, I'm also not suggesting that, you do it just for the sake of doing it. Like if you're Aaron, that does not bring me joy. That's not my wheelhouse. That's not my, that's not something I want. Okay, great. But I would be not doing my job if I don't remind y'all, get outside the four walls of your studio. There is opportunity out there, um, far more than you probably ever could imagine. Getting outside into your community, it can reap the rewards through your enrollment, but through so many different partnerships and collaborations, and really actually um, making you the expert in your community and the go-to studio. Okay, so my friends, add classes outside of your studio, and if you need help with that, let me know. That is my jam. I absolutely love, love, love helping others launch their own mobile programs. And so I want to remind you guys, if you want the fast track to enrollment, like you're like, Aaron, I need a game plan. Things are not working for me. Like, I got to do something ASAP because trying to do the same thing over and over and over again is just not working. Drop the word machine below and I will reach out to you. We will get you set up for that complimentary studio success strategy session. I can go through, kind of identify what's happening, maybe where some gaps are for you, and then we could talk about the next steps of how to fix those problems, right? So let me know, drop the word machine below. I'm going to do just like a really quick, speedy recap. Today is going to be so good, but super busy day, right? Travel day. So let's go ahead. Let's do the speedy recap. The lead generation machine, top 3 ways to increase your enrollment this year. The first thing is you need to create a visibility plan. If you do not have a visibility plan, or if you think, oh yeah, I've got a marketing plan, no, these are 2 different things. A marketing plan and a visibility plan are 2 separate things, and we need to talk about them because a visibility plan is the key to becoming known as the go-to studio in your community. So if you do not have a solid visibility plan and are working that visibility plan, that's your number one. The second thing is trial weeks that work. You need to give yourself a runway. You need to give people limiters. And so trial weeks, they absolutely work. They can be a game changer for you, but you need to give yourself enough runway to make sure that they are successful. So, my friends, right now is the time. If you do not have a trial week on the books right now, I encourage you to do so right now. And the last thing, the number 3 way is to add classes outside of your studio space through a mobile program. Whether you decide to go to preschools, daycares, after school programs, maybe you want to go in and you want to serve those 55 and up communities. That is amazing. They need the love too, but it is the quickest way to increase your enrollment, bump up your bottom line and your revenue, and really come out the gate this season in a strong place. And then you can continue to work on enrollment strategies that are going to trickle in, right? That are going to trickle in throughout the year. We always have big pushes. There's certain times a year in our studio spaces that we have pushes. We know that fall is a big push. January is also a big push. But how do we make sure that this lead generation machine is just chugging along and working for you this whole season long? Yes. Okay. Yes, Cindy, I love that you're sharing this. Thank you so much for sharing with everyone. She has been mobile for 40 years, y'all. And her highest number of students was 600 just before, COVID, the pandemic. Right now, they're at 450 and they only go to preschools in her community. Y'all, it is such a powerful, powerful um, program that you can absolutely leverage. And Cindy is actually part of our Empire Builders Club. And so, my friends, if you want more information about how we support our studio owners, how we help them grow with their enrollment, tackle visibility plans, marketing plans, and strategic plans to really get you to your goals, drop the word machine below and we will chat and see, if there's a way to go ahead and support you to get to your goals and what that could look like depending on the program that would be the best fit for you. So, my friends, who is ready for the new season ahead? I am so fired up for the new season ahead. Things are chugging along back here. And my goodness gracious, I'm going to come back from Dance Teacher Web Conference and we're going to be like hitting the ground running with all the things because we have a plan that is rinse and repeat, y'all. It is rinse and repeat and it works. And so that's what we'll do. I'll come back and it'll be game on for our new season ahead. So, my friends, I'm going to leave you there. I hope that you all have a fantastic week. I will see you next week for another episode of the Aaron Bird Live Show. And know that I might pop in randomly, unexpectedly, in and do a live from Vegas and maybe give you insights or a little tour if you want one. Let me know. Do you want a tour of like expo hall or things happening? I don't know. Let me know. Do you want a sneak peek if you're not going to be there? I want to know because I like to just hop on sometimes live. So keep an eye out for that. But if I don't see you before next Wednesday, I hope that your week is full of joy and that you're making the decision to be intentional about increasing your enrollment this fall and then getting to work and doing what has to be done to make it happen. You got to be in action, my friends. Got to have a plan and you got to implement the plan. So I'm going to leave you there. I hope you all have a fantastic week and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye, friends.